Scroll number 5. Gratitude is not a feeling, it is a force. A book sat on shelves for 94 years before anyone noticed it. It was published in 1910. The man who wrote it died the following year. He never saw a single person change their life because of his words. The book sat there, quiet, waiting, decade after decade. No marketing, no promotion, no one telling the world to read it. Just a book on shelves in near obscurity for nearly a century. The pages yellowed, the covers wore, but the words stayed. They waited. Then one woman found it in 2004. She said she had never been the same. The book that launched a global phenomenon had been sitting there the whole time. 94 years. Waiting to be found. She did not find it because someone promoted it. She found it because the force that keeps good work alive had kept it waiting for her. The man who wrote it was long gone. The company that printed it was gone. The institutions that distributed it were gone. But the words remained. What kept it alive? Not marketing. Not word of mouth. Not the man who wrote it. He was gone before it did anything. Something else held it in place. Something that did not need a voice to speak or hands to pass it forward. Something that kept the words alive while everything around them faded. That something is gratitude, not a feeling, a force. Gratitude is not a feeling, it is a force. I used to think gratitude was something I felt when things went well. A warm feeling after a good day. A polite acknowledgement when something arrived that I had been waiting for. I felt it sometimes. I forgot it most of the time. I treated it like a mood, something that came and went with circumstances. When the sun was out, I felt grateful. When the rain came, I forgot. But that is not what Wattles meant. He did not call gratitude a feeling. He called it a law. He said it is the force that keeps a person connected to the source of all good things. When I feel grateful, I am not having an emotion. I am plugging into something that was already moving before I noticed it. When I forget gratitude, I cut the wire. I wonder why nothing is coming. The wire was cut. I cut it. Not the world. Not bad luck. Me. A radio does not work because it feels like working. It works because it is tuned to the signal. The signal is always there. The radio does not make it. The radio receives it. Gratitude is the tuning, not the feeling after the good arrives. The tuning before it arrives. The alignment that keeps me in the flow of what is already moving toward me. The signal was there before I woke up. It will be there after I sleep. The only question is whether I am tuned to it. Gratitude is not a feeling, it is a force. I have felt the difference. There are days I wake and the world feels like it is working against me. Nothing lands. Nothing moves. I push and nothing shifts. I plan and nothing happens. I wonder what I am doing wrong. On those days, I am not grateful. I am closed. I am waiting for something to change before I open. I am demanding proof before I believe. The wire is cut. I cut it with my own hand. I closed myself before the day began. There are other days. I wake and before I do anything, I sit. I do not ask for anything. I do not plan. I do not strategize. I do not reach for my phone or check my messages. I sit and I remember. I remember the book that waited 94 years. I remember that what I am building does not need to be seen today to matter. I remember that the force that kept that book alive is the same force that is keeping my work alive right now, whether I see it or not. I remember the hands that wrote the words I am reading now. I remember the hands that will read the words I am writing now long after I am gone. On those days, I am not pushing. I am receiving. Things move, not because I forced them, because I was open. The work finds its way. The people who need it find it. I do not need to chase. I only need to stay tuned. Gratitude is not a feeling, it is a force. He wrote the permission I needed and never knew I would read it. That is the force. He did not market the book. He did not promote it. He wrote it and he let it go. He did not need to see the result. He had already done the work. He had tested the principles on himself for 20 years. He had built the life he wanted in his mind before he had it in his hands. He had done everything that was his to do. Then he let it go. The force kept it alive while he was gone. The force kept it on shelves for 94 years until the person who needed it found it. I do not need to see the results of my work today. I do not need to know who will find it or when. I do not need to push. I do the work. I do it with gratitude, not because I am waiting for something in return, because the work itself is the return. Because the act of building is the reward. Because the force that moves through gratitude does not need me to understand it. It only needs me to stay connected. It only needs me to show up, do the work, and trust what I cannot yet see. I stay connected. I wake and I tune. I do not wait for the day to prove itself before I am grateful. I am grateful first. The gratitude is not the result of the day. The gratitude is the cause. The day moves because I am already open. The work finds its people because I am already grateful. The book waited 94 years. I can wait a day. I can wait a season. I can wait however long it takes. The force is patient. I learned to be patient too. The book did not need to be seen to be alive. Neither does my work. I do not need to see the harvest to know the seed is growing. I do not need to see the reader to know the words are waiting. I plant. I water. I trust. That is the force. That is gratitude. That is how a book written in 1910 finds the hands it was waiting for in 2004. That is how my work will find the hands it is waiting for, in whatever year they are ready to receive it. Gratitude is not a feeling, it is a force. Gratitude, not a feeling, a force. Gratitude is not a feeling, it is a force.